Let's kick off this discussion with a simple, direct question. Everyone knows that demanding and accepting dowry in marriage is a punishable offense. Absolutely, completely right. There's no doubt whatsoever about it. So why isn't demanding and accepting alimony in divorce considered a crime? Hello friend, welcome to the Men's World Men's Queries series. I'm Dr. Samuel Roy, Professor of Computer Science and Technology. Today's question is alimony, just like dowry, also a type of marital exploitation? If you enjoy this video and want more on gender issues, please subscribe to this channel. Now let's logically and rationally explore the answer to the question, is alimony, just like dowry, a form of marital exploitation? Let's examine the facts objectively. Both dowry and alimony involve financial exchanges tied to marriage but occurring outside the marriage. Dowry is exchanged before marriage, whereas alimony is exchanged after divorce. Dowry is provided by the bride's father, and the groom's father receives it. Alimony comes from the ex-husband and goes to the ex-wife. While alimony laws claim gender neutrality, in reality, husbands pay it and wives receive it. The reverse, wives paying alimony to husbands, is virtually unheard of. Dowry involves a one-time payment, while alimony or maintenance is typically ongoing. That said, under specific conditions, a one-time maintenance payment can occur too. Indeed, maintenance might be one-time, short-term, long-term, or lifelong. However, for our discussion, we'll stick to only the common patterns. Now think about this. The dowry system is illegal and punishable by law. Yet the alimony system is fully legal and actively enforced by the state's courts in every instance. Thus, it's clear that in both dowry and alimony scenarios, the giver must hand over his money or assets to the recipient without getting anything back in return. In both instances, the giver receives no compensation for the funds earned through his hard work, smarts, and dedication that could enhance his quality of life in any way. Thus, both dowry and alimony essentially boil down to economic exploitation. While the former is outlawed and punishable by the state, the latter is officially acknowledged, set by the state, and imposed by it. There's no point dwelling on the dowry system further, since we all see it as a truly despicable social evil, and everyone is aware of the laws banning it. So, rather than dwelling on dowry, let's turn our attention to the alimony system for now. The key question is, why did the state create laws for such an exploitative setup? This isn't a tough question to grasp. The Hindu Marriage Act took effect in India in 1955. Prior to that, Hindu marriage was mainly a religious and social tradition. The state played no significant part in it, or at most a very minor one. In traditional Hindu marriage, the husband pledges lifelong responsibility for his wife's maintenance and protection. Since Hinduism rarely permits divorce except in rare cases, it's standard norm for the husband to provide for his wife for life. Against this backdrop, the Hindu Marriage Act of 1955 was passed, legally recognizing divorce for Hindus and other communities under its scope. So now the question arises, who is accountable for the maintenance of the estranged wife? Someone had to shoulder this responsibility, as in 1955's social context, the typical woman had almost no opportunity to support herself independently. Naturally, the state had little choice but to assign the ex-husband the duty of paying alimony to his former wife. Thus, even though the husband had no ongoing ties or rights over her post-divorce, his financial obligation towards the estranged wife stayed on. It's worth noting here that alimony laws in divorce are gender neutral on paper, yet cases of wives paying alimony to husbands are extremely rare. Nearly always it's the husband who pays alimony to the wife, or is required to. The whole framework rests on the premise that women are helpless, unable to fend for their own food, clothing, and shelter, so they must rely on one man or another. But does this argument hold up in the 21st century? Are women still frail, incompetent, and powerless? Do women today rely on men for their food, clothing, and shelter? Absolutely not. Nowadays, gender bias in education has all but vanished. Thanks to science and technology, innumerable jobs have emerged that are essentially gender neutral. Civilized societies have embraced gender equality in principle. Society and the state pledge to eradicate gender discrimination and foster true gender equality. New rules, regulations, and laws have been enacted, are being introduced, and will keep being implemented in families, societies, workplaces, and politics, aiming to secure gender equality across the board. In this scenario, it's time to question the justification of clinging to outdated laws that demean women. At first glance, scrapping the alimony system might appear to undermine women's empowerment, but a moment's reflection shows this step doesn't oppose women's empowerment at all. Quite the opposite. The abolition of alimony will actually boost and quicken women's empowerment. How? We see that men typically marry only when they're financially ready. This stems from social norms placing the main duty of providing food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, and more for the wife and kids squarely on the husband. That's why, in the marriage market, a potential groom's income potential and financial steadiness take precedence in judging his worth. A financially stable groom has always been the top pick for both the bride and her parents. Meanwhile, among girls, the more talented ones pursue education, build careers, and then marry. Yet their numbers remain minimal. Most girls, lacking strong academic aptitude, forego self-reliance through jobs suited to their qualification and skills. Instead, they typically opt for the safety of a domestic life reliant on a man's income. Even women attaining financial independence and social empowerment largely select life partners who are richer and more powerful than them, or at least on par. Put differently, psychologically, they remain unable or reluctant to escape male dominance. Abolishing the alimony system will promote women in shedding this mental reliance on men. Like boys, girls also will gain self-reliance before marriage, entering the marital relationship with complete dignity. And husbands will stop viewing wives as burdens, never daring to treat them with scorn or disrespect. So, who will bell the cat? In my view, feminists must take the lead. Rabindranath Tagore wrote, "Why deny women the right to shape their own fate, O Almighty? Nearly a century has elapsed since that poem. Today, women can't wait on divine intervention for liberation. They must seize the right to master their destinies themselves. Put simply, abolishing the alimony system falls squarely on feminism's shoulders. Truthfully, patriarchal society and state will heed such a demand only if feminists voice it. Otherwise, they won't. After all, I am the provider is the core of men's ego. Even in dire straits, men refuse to surrender this pride or accept women's independent, self-reliant lives. Regardless of the insults thrown at men, labeling them oppressors, tyrants, lechers, rapists, and worse. Men will never admit openly, "I can't support my wife and kids." Women themselves must declare voluntarily, "I can provide my own food and clothing, so you don't need to bear responsibility for my upkeep." Feminism must declare that fundamentally every adult, irrespective of gender, bears responsibility for his or her own food, clothing, and shelter. The state cannot force one unwilling adult to support another adult individual in absence of any relationship between them. Until feminism itself raises this demand, women won't escape their deep-seated inferiority complex. Despite myriad laws, true societal gender equality will stay out of reach. Men must also shift their mindset. They need to grasp that history's tide can't turn back. Eventually, men will accept that in the modern era, they are no longer women's providers or protectors. Millennia ago, perhaps, society, for survival and progress, cast men as providers and guardians for women and children. Over the last 8,000 to 10,000 years, men have forged themselves into these roles as lovers, husbands, fathers, and leaders. Men have grown used to this self-image. It's through these roles that men discover and still derive purpose in life. Today, women stand independent and self-sufficient. Thus, a man's role as provider has diminished and will likely soon fade to irrelevance. In our era, the state, highly organized and potent, effectively protects every citizen. Under these conditions, any individual's role as a woman's protector holds little weight. Thus, amid this evolving social landscape, men must redefine manhood and reinvent purpose in life. What fresh notions of masculinity and femininity will emerge in a truly gender-neutral society should one arise? We can't say yet. Perhaps the vision will sharpen in time. Dear friend, many thanks for watching this video entitled "Is Alimony, Just Like Dowry, Also a Form of Marital Exploitation?" from the Men's World Men's Queries series. I'd love your views and thoughts on this in the comments below. For more on gender topics like this, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks again, stay well, catch you soon.